Hello everybody, welcome to ICC's Game of the Week with your host as always, Joel Benjamin. Every now and then a game pops up that has the feel of an instant classic. I found just such a game in the Asian Continental Championship, in the struggle between Singapore IM Tin Jingyao and UAE Grandmaster AR Salem. Not because of the brilliance of any of the moves or ideas, but for the utter craziness of some of the positions and the dizzying shifting of fortune along the way. Without a chess engine, it would be difficult to make much sense of this game, so the players can be forgiven for making so many mistakes. Let's just enjoy the ride. Okay, here we go. This is one of those times when it's good to be on Facebook, because every now and then somebody posts a cool game. I don't remember where I saw it, but that was where I got my attention was directed to this game in the first place. So it's going to be a King's Indian. And it's the classical variation, which is really the most popular line. And we get into the Mar del Plata. Black encourages white to close the center. So the battle lines are drawn. White is generally going to go for a storm of pawns on the queen side. Black will storm the king side, looking for a checkmate. So white plays knight d2. This is a position where there are many different moves. The knight can also go to e1 and over to d3, where it is well poised in attack and defense. For several years, probably the early days of Game of the Week, b4 was the big move. And in recent years, the number one line seems to be knight back to e1, followed by bring the bishop to e3, which creates a target for the king side attack, but accelerates white's queen side. So there are many different ways the game can continue. The knight on d2, the benefit of it is that it protects e4. So when black plays f5, white won't really have to do anything. And if white gets in c5, the knight have a beautiful square on c4. But the problem is, until that happens, the knight is kind of in the way and is blocking the bishop on c1 from moving. So black sometimes uses a prophylactic move like a5 or even c5 to be proactive on the queen side. Here he does play a5. White will eventually get in b4 and get that going, but it will slow him down a little bit. a3, because a4 is not possible yet. Knight d7, rook b1. So black gets in his move, and white proceeds on the queen side. Okay, so now it's pretty standard from here up to here. Now white plays a bit of an unusual move, knight b3. This forces black to make a decision with the a-pawn. All right, so it opens that file up. But then the knight on b3 is not exactly well placed for the queenside attack. It does support c5, but doesn't do more than that. So much more common in this position, which has occurred a number of times, would be either f3, stabilizing the center right away, so white can really start looking to push c5, or another move that supports e4 and is a little bit flexible, queen c2. So knight b3, takes, knight f6, and now in this position again, f3 seems called for to defend the e4 pawn. And then we could see f4, c5, g5. Typical kind of thing to happen. Both sides getting their attacks rolling. But again, the knight on b3 is not really optimally placed. You'd rather be able to put it on c4 and try to collapse black on d6 square. So with that in mind, white retreated the knight back to d2. But that is a new move in this position. It seems very, very strange for white to really waste two tempi simply to force black to make